Hi guys, it's Rachelle from Monnow Lane Furniture again in beautiful, beautiful Sydney. We have blue skies. Today I'm over on the Dixie Belle Paint YouTube channel again. Very, very exciting. So let's have a look at the piece I'm going to be working on. It's quite a simple one, but I think it's going to be beautiful. Let's have a look. Right, so this is the piece that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace for free. So yeah, really happy with that. Pretty straightforward piece. Drawers are on runners. Let's have a look at the back. I would assume this is a veneer on the top. Yeah, it's a thin veneer, which is fine. I've decided, because it's got all this detail, I do not want to be sanding all that out. No one's got time for that. So this is my plan for this piece. All-in-one mineral paint, deep sea, so that's a navy, and then I'm going on top with the no paint gel stain in walnut. So I don't need to sand this right back. I'm just going to scuff sand it to give the piece some teeth for this to adhere to. And before all that, I'm going to clean it with the white lightning. Prep work done. Time to get painting. So we go in with deep sea. I haven't changed my mind. This is the Silk Mineral all-in-one paint, all-in-one mineral paint. So it's got a built-in primer, built-in top coat. So my anticipation is that it'll be 2.5 coats, so the half being the touch-up, and then we'll be right. You don't have to seal it. You may choose to, but you don't have to. It's got everything that it needs. And I'm just using this French tip brush for these areas. What do you think, Bailey? You see Bailey checking me out? Yeah. It's a beautiful navy. I've done a few pieces in this, and they've sold really quickly. So TV units. Navy is quite popular over here in Australia. I know it's different in different countries, what the trends that go around, but this navy is beautiful. And I like using the French tip. See, I've got these ridges here. The French tip gets into those really nicely. For the drawers and things like that, the drawers and the doors, I'll probably use the flat brush. But for these ridges, I like to use the French tip. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? Can you see it there properly? Hopefully. It's been a while since I've painted in navy, actually. But the last one I did, I could have sold the TV unit 10 times over, and a buffet. They just sell really quickly. Okay, I'm going to carry on, get the rest of this done. I'll come back when I'm going to start on the second coat, so you can see what sort of coverage I get with the second one. I'll be back. Time for coat number 2. Oh, I've left the paint over there, that's helpful. So it's literally been about 15 minutes. So that's a good and a bad thing about Dixie Belle Silk. I consider it to be a good thing because I like to flip in a day. You just have to be mindful of the work time, and it dries faster in Australia because of our climate. But as long as you know the paint that you're working with and you work within those parameters, this is awesome. So don't overwork it. Once you've laid it on, if you see that there's an area that needs touching up, straight away you can do it. If it's a few minutes, just wait for it to dry properly and then touch it up. Otherwise you'll end up creating texture of that paint that you'll need to sand back, which no one wants to do that. There's little dints in this. It's like a factory finish that they thought was trendy or something back in the day. So I just poke those, just give them a little stab, fill them up with paint, and they're good to go. But yeah, so full coverage. It's actually not even a 2.5. This is just going to be a 2. I can't imagine that I'm going to need to do any spot touch-ups because it's given me really good coverage. Right, stop. See what I did then? I've left that too long to go and play about with that. So there's some areas there that I want to be stabbing a little bit more. I'll stab them afterwards when it's fully dried. Otherwise I'm going to create texture and I'll be sorry. So by texture, I mean you can feel the drag. So it's, you know, if you're trying to paint on something that's slowly drying, you'll feel the drag. So, and it will set like that, you know, it'll cure it like that. You don't want that texture on it. If you don't do that, it dries satiny smooth. And this is such a quick flip. So I don't know what the time is now, but it's still the morning anyway, and this will be finished early afternoon. I'll be finished. So I'm just going to carry on and do the rest of the piece, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to do the top. Time to get some stain on the top. So like I said, all I've done is scuff sand it just to give this a little bit, give it a little bit of teeth to grab onto this. There's an area down here that I had to sand a little bit more, and it's a little bit rougher, so I may have to do a sort of patch that after to make it a bit darker, but I just want to see how it takes this first. I'm also thinking that if this is too red, sometimes walnut has got quite a lot of red in it. I've not used this one before, so we will see. If it is, I'll let it dry, and then I'll come in with espresso over top. So there it is. Looks nice and brown actually. So that's good. So I'm just using an old t-shirt to apply it with, and a tongue depressor just to scoop it out of here. There are applicators that I've actually just put an order in for. They're going to be thrown away, or I advise you throw them away. But apparently they're really good. I haven't tried them yet. Right, so I'm just going to scoop it onto here and then wipe it on liberally and then wipe off the excess. And don't forget that this is oil based. So a few things with it being oil based. Firstly, you get more work time, which is great. Secondly, is longer drying time. But you also have to be mindful as if you're planning on putting a top coat on. Now, you don't actually need to. This has got a really beautiful satiny finish. But if you did want to, I believe it's advised that you wait 72 hours if you're going to put a water-based top coat on. You're probably best to wait 48, geez, how many numbers? 72 hours, whatever you're going to put on. But like I say, in Australia, everything dries really quickly. Oh, I'm loving this colour. I wanted something really dark, so I'll actually come in and do a darker, another coat as well, just to make it darker. And it's taken over this already brilliantly. I'm not going to have to worry about it. Awesome. So I'm just doing the edges. This is a game changer, this stuff. For those of us who like to flip in a day, this is it. Not needing to sand back a piece is a huge bonus. Right, I'm going to let that dry. Next time you'll see this, it will probably, hopefully, be finished. I haven't decided on a drill pull yet though. But I've got a huge stash that I need to go and have a look at. So whilst that's drying, maybe I'll do that. I'll be back soon. And there she is, all finished. What a nice quick flip, and what a difference it makes. I've used next to no product, but this will sell really easily, really quickly. So just to recap, I got this piece for free off a marketplace. I will probably sell it for 295 Aussie dollars. I don't know how much I've spent in product, I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, the lighting's bad there. But the product I have used, I've used very little of. So, recap, this is Dixie Belle Silk in the colour Deep Sea. And this is the Walnut. I may actually go over and do another coat of that because I really like it, but we'll see. We'll see. Another thing to be mindful of as well, that the colour that you achieve with these no paint gel stains is very much going to be dependent upon the colour that it's going on to. So just be mindful of that. So as much as this is what my walnut looks like, it may look different on the piece that you're putting it on if it's got a darker base. These are just draw pulls that I took off an older piece. I sprayed the hinges black first and then a gold to match it in, so it gives a bit of a brush bronze look. And I've still got to put a magnet on that. I've just remembered that. But there she is. Time to get some photos. Thanks so much for sticking with me, guys. I've really enjoyed this one. It's nice and quick. It's my usual flips, done in a day. Make some money, move on to the next one. And I just learn something new all the time as well. The one thing I like about the Dixie Belle products is there's such a huge range, so you don't get bored. I get bored easily. I'm always looking to learn new skills. So this week is the first time that I've actually used the no paint gel stain, and I'm liking it a lot. But that's a beautiful piece. Do you know what? I might end up keeping it. I've got nowhere for it. It would just mean I'd have to move something else out of my house to sell, you know. Don't let me keep it. Anyway, if you want to purchase any of the products that I've used today, have a look down in the description. There'll be a link directly to the Dixie Belle website. Those of you in the US, if you use that link. Those of you outside of the US, if you check on the Dixie Belle website, there'll be a list of stockists, so you can head to your local stockist there. Have a great day. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time. Take care.